Good evening, one and all. I'm Harry Kettle from Sportskeeda, and today I'm being joined by a very special guest. This man holds a perfect professional mixed martial arts record and is one of the hottest prospects in the middleweight division of the UFC. It is none other than Eryk Anders. Eryk, how are you today?
I'm doing awesome, and yourself?
Not too bad, my friend. And first things first, you're obviously set to main event UFC Fight Night 125 in Brazil next weekend. What does it mean to you personally that the UFC would trust you with a position like this so soon into your run with the company?
I think they see a lot of upside to me. I think that they they see what I bring to the table. They see that I'm looking for finishes and to not just get by. They see that I'm eager to fight and want to fight, and they're taking on all comers in the middleweight division. So, perhaps they're just rewarding my hard work and diligence, and with the main event fight.
And you'll be squaring off against Lyoto Machida. Is he someone you looked up to when you were coming up through the ranks?
I've definitely won some money off Lyoto Machida. Back in the day when I was in college, me and some of my teammates would sit around watching UFC fights, won some money off him against Shogun and Ryan Bader, and didn't necessarily grow up watching him, but before I got into mixed martial arts, he was definitely somebody that I watched, and a little different situation now. I'm not going into this as a fanboy or anything. I'm looking to go out there and get a win, and I'm not looking at him as a guy I used to watch. I'm looking at him as the next guy in my way to get to where I want to get to.
And after seeing him getting knocked out so brutally in his last fight, do you feel like there's an added sense of pressure on you to replicate that kind of performance with an impressive knockout?
No. I think my job is to go out there and get a win. Do I think I'll knock him out? Yes. If we go all 5 rounds, do I think I'll win? Yes. Am I capable of submitting Lyoto Machida? Yes. So I think the fight's going to go my way. I'm going to get but I don't think there's any pressure on me to go out there and get a knockout. My job is to go out there and win and put on an entertaining performance.
This will be your first time fighting professionally outside of the States. Is being able to adapt to the different climate going to be one of your biggest challenges for this fight?
It's a bit chilly down here in Alabama, and it's, hot as hell down there in Belane. So we're actually heading down a few days earlier than we normally would to kind of adjust to that. So, he'll be fighting in the same circumstances, the same situation that I am. So, I don't think it'll affect me more than it'll affect him, or vice versa. So, he's playing under the same in the same situation as me. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. And when you scan up and down the middleweight rankings, who do you believe would pose the biggest challenge to you moving forward?
I think the champ, Robert Whitaker and Yoel Romero, possess the biggest challenges, not for me, but for everybody in the division. I'm sure, as you know, Robert Whitaker is highly skilled, has really good takedown defense, really good striking. Romero, he's a freak athlete, super explosive, capable of ending the fight in one punch. And, his chin really hasn't been tested, so we don't know, we haven't seen him get knocked out or anything like that. So I think his only loss was to Robert Whitaker, who was, and that was a 5-round dogfight. So, I think that those two are the biggest problem for the division, next to myself.
Yeah. A big topic in the current climate of MMA in the UFC is super fights. So, in your mind, what do you think is more important? These kind of lucrative matchups with big names like GSP, or winning the championship and being recognized as the best in the world?
Definitely being recognized as the best in the world. The super fights, that's cool. I'm down for that too. But, I think the main objective for myself is to be the champion and get that belt wrapped around my waist.
And in terms of outside of MMA, what are some of your favorite hobbies to do in your spare time that some fans may not actually be aware of?
Man, I train so much that when I'm not training, I just want to kind of chill and lay low. So I'm a big movie watcher, big fan of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. So if I'm not training, I'm usually catching up on the Dragon Ball. And, if I'm not doing that, then, I'm trying to watch as many movies as possible.
Any favourite movies? Anything that's standing out to you at the moment that's in the cinemas?
Let's see, man. I've seen a couple movies here recently. Suburbicon, Star Wars. Nothing is just like, wow, oh my God, this is so good. But I'm really looking forward to watching that Hostel movie with Christian Bale whenever that comes out.
Yeah, I know the one. And going back to MMA, was mixed martial arts always the direction for you, or did you have any other ideas in terms of what you wanted to do for a career?
Man, if you'd asked me this, 10 years ago, I'd have said I wanted to play football forever. But, so I have really fell in love with mixed martial arts. And, even after my fighting career is over with, I think that I'll still be involved with MMA, whether being a gym owner and coaching the next generation. I think that's the next move after MMA, after my fighting career is over.
You mentioned football. Did you hear about Vince McMahon's XFL announcement today?
I did not.
Did you not?
Starting that back up?
Yeah, the XFL, he's confirmed that it's going to be back up. Back in the day, if you were still playing football, would that be something you consider?
Yeah, man. If there was something that I could support a family on, then, support my family on, then yeah, for sure. When I was playing arena ball, they had the UFL was trying to start up the United Football League, and I was trying to get into that to try and get back into the NFL, but that kind of fell through. So, everything happens for a reason, and I think I've really found my niche and my passion with MMA.
Yeah. And so far, you've kind of fought exclusively on Fox or Fight Night cards. Are you hoping to land a spot on a big pay-per-view card with a win next weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I go out there and I knock the other Machida out, get a win in devastating fashion. And I think that puts a legitimacy to my name, and maybe I get on one of those pay-per-view cards.
And our final question: what do you think the next 18 to 24 months have in store for Eryk Anders?
I like to stay active and fight as often as possible. So, I'd like to fight 4 to 6 times this year. And, hopefully by the end of 2018, I'll be in that top 10. And then certainly by the end of 2019, I'd like to either be the champ or, in title contention.
Well, Eryk, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Really looking forward to the fight next weekend. I think it's going to be one of the most underrated fights of the year. And best of luck with everything.
Hey, appreciate you, brother.
Okay.